The Minnesota Vikings only have 4 draft picks for this year's draft, and it's not a lot. I believe it's the least amount of draft picks for a team in this year's draft, and that's okay, right? It is what it is, but we have to make sure we do our due diligence, select the right players, help this organization out a little bit. If we need somebody in the trenches offensively or defensively, let's make sure to grab him, which offensively we really don't need anybody. We can maybe look at selecting an offensive guard, but defensive line, again, don't really need anybody because of the off-season acquisitions of, Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave and stuff like that. We still have Harrison Phillips, but it'd be nice to get some depth there and maybe a plan for the future at that position, and that's the same with the offensive line, right? We really don't need much, but we do need defensive back help, right? We need help in the secondary. We need to draft a corner. But also, what if I told you we could have more draft picks? Well, adofo-mensah said that there's a possibility that we could be trading draft picks to receive even more, which is something I think we all knew was going to be a possibility, and adofo-mensah loves his draft picks, so why not? I think it would make a lot of sense for Minnesota to go ahead and do so. So let's talk about it. Before we do, shout out to our affiliate partners at Green Gridiron. If you want one of these mini helmets, the link for that is in the comments section. Use the promo code MINSYN, MINSYN, at checkout to receive a small discount on your purchase. They have NFL helmets, college helmets, fully customizable ones, and they also have the replica helmets as well. So they don't just have these mini ones, they have the big ones as well. So if that's something you would like, hit that link, use the promo code MINSYN at checkout to receive that discount on your purchase. And if they already have a deal going on, you can actually stack the promo code to receive even more off of that final purchase. So let's get right into it. At this moment, the Minnesota Vikings have just 4 selections in the 2025 NFL Draft, which will get underway in less than a month's time. It's the weakest collection of picks possessed by any of the league's 32 teams, largely due to the multiple moves the Vikings made last year that resulted in the selection of Dallas Turner at number 17th overall in that first round. Now, General Manager adofo-mensah and his staff are obviously well aware of their lack of picks. They also realize that league rules permit them to acquire more by trading down in the draft if such an opportunity arises, and that's the route they choose to take. Hold on a second. They realize the league rules permit them to acquire more draft picks by trading down in the draft. That's interesting. I did not know that. But that wouldn't make any sense. Maybe it's because you can only get one, or you trade one draft pick for one draft pick in this year and you can get multiple of next year or something like that. I don't know. But something about that seems a little fishy, but it is what it is. So maybe we are looking to trade draft picks to get some more compensation for the future. That's what I'm thinking. But here is what adofo-mensah told Vikings Entertainment Network's Tatum Everett in an interview on the NFL's annual league meeting in Palm Beach, Florida. He said, obviously the capital is something people talk about, but every draft pick has a commensurate value that you can kind of break up into lots of picks. If we wanted to pick 15 times, we could. There's a way to do that. So we'll see what happens, right? Now, adofo-mensah has not been shy about moving up and down the board during his first 3 drafts as the Vikings GM. In his infamous debut draft in 2022, he traded down 20 spots in the first round and then moved down again on day 2 before eventually trading up a couple times. Now, last year, the Vikings traded up twice in the opening round, coming away with J.J. McCarthy and Dallas Turner. I believe J.J. McCarthy was we had the 11th or 12th pick or something like that, somewhere around there, and we traded down to get the 10th overall pick to select J.J. McCarthy. As for Dallas Turner, I believe we had the 23rd overall pick. We traded with Houston and got the 17th overall pick. We had to trade the 23rd overall pick, but you get it, okay? It is what it is, right? Now, because they have so few picks in this draft, a trade down from 24 in the first round feels like a very strong possibility. It'll depend on how they stack their board, who's available when that pick comes up, and what kind of offers they get from teams looking to move up. They also, or could also potentially move down from their other picks, which are numbers the 97th pick in the 3rd round, 139th pick in the 5th, and 187th in the 6th round. In my opinion, or in his opinion, it would be a bit surprising if they end up making fewer than 6 total selections by the time the draft wraps up. I would have to agree. I think what we did this offseason tells you that in bold letters, right? We don't really need that many draft picks. We fixed the offensive line for the most part. We could use an offensive guard. We fixed the defensive line for the most part. You could draft an interior defensive lineman. Really, all we really need to focus on is maybe selecting a running back and a corner, right? If you look at what we have, the 4 draft picks, all we need is a offensive guard, interior defensive lineman, a corner, and a running back. I think that's all we need. Like, legitimately. We don't need wide receiver. We don't need tight end. We don't need quarterback. We don't need safety. We don't need linebacker. I mean, linebacker would be interesting because I feel like we could take a linebacker, but you never know, right? So there's not much that we need to do. Now, here is what Kwesi Adofo-Mensah also said. We're just going to be smart, selective, try and find the best players that impact our team, but also knowing how do you best move around the board to get the best total collection of players. That's how we'll approach it. I think we'll be a best available kind of approach and mindset. I'm excited about that. I challenged our group. We have grand ambition, and maybe it'll be the coolest story ever that you went into the draft with 4 picks and you did something great with it. The 2025 NFL Draft runs from April 24th through the 26th in Green Bay. Cannot wait for it. 4 draft picks. I know it's not a lot, but we could make this a special draft if we hit on the right guys. A 1st-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, 5th, and a 6th. I think we can do it. I think we don't really need too much. There's not a lot of overthinking happening with the Minnesota Vikings. Like, when you have 8 picks, you're like, okay, I can kind of, hey, this guy has a chance. This guy has potential. Let's just take a shot on him. And guess what? He turns out to be nothing, right? But when you have 4 picks, you really have to boil it down to, is this the best available? Is this a right fit for our team? Like, you have to nail this pick, and I think Minnesota will do just that. I could definitely see us trading that 24th overall pick and moving back in the draft, maybe get a 2nd rounder. That's where we'll probably take a running back or maybe even a corner if there's still a best available corner that the Vikings have looked at and stuff like that, but you never know. But there's a chance that Kwesi Adofo-Mensah could be trading draft picks on draft night. So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Have a great rest of the night, folks, and Skol Vikes.